What's up? Today we're gonna go over with test practice 1 for unit 5. So make sure you have a copy of your study guide and let's get it on. Number 1, 2n squared times n. You know that there's imaginary 1 there, invisible 1. So the n also right here. So you multiply the coefficient. 2 times 1 is 2. And what do you do with 2 and 1? You add them. So the answer is 2n to the third power. Good. Next, number 3. R to the third power, 4 raised to 2/3 times R4. You multiply 1, 4, and 1 here. Can you see a calculator, please? And then what do you do with 3, with 2/3 and 4? You are going to add them. So I don't have a calculator, so I have to do it. Okay, here you go. Thank you. So you can do the math frac. You can do the alpha y. So I'm gonna do the math frac here. 3 plus 4 plus parenthesis 2 divided by 3, close, enter. It's a decimal, put in a fraction, hit the math, enter twice. Thank you. The answer is 23 over 3. So this is 23 over 3. Next, number 2, same thing. 4 times 3 is 12. There's an invisible 1 there, so this will be x cubed. Here, 2 times 2 is 4. You add the 1/4 and the 5/4 there. So same thing. If I'm going to do the alpha y, press the alpha, then y, press 1. 1 over 4 plus alpha y 1, and that would be 5/4, which they have the same denominator. You can easily add them, but I didn't see that one, so r 3/2. Okay. Moving on here. So simplify. We're dividing here. So we divide 2 divided by 2 is 1, or cancel it out. You don't need that one. So what do you do with 3/4 and 3/4? Since they're perfectly the same, 3/4 minus 3/4 is 0. So that's also going to cancel out. So the answer here is just 1. For number 7, 4 divided by 3, you cannot divide them. So leave it 4/3. Again, common mistake of the students. They will subtract this one. You don't subtract this because they are not exponent. They are coefficient. What you can subtract because you're dividing is the 4 and 5/3 because they are exponent. So 4 minus parenthesis 5 divided by 3, close. That give me math frac 7 over 3. So B 7/3. Okay. For number 6, do the same thing. 2 divided by 2 is canceled. You subtract 3/4 and 1/3. So again, use your calculator here. Parenthesis 3 divided by 4, close. Minus parenthesis 1 divided by 3, close. I would like to ask you to double check your calculator when working on this one, because if you miss the parenthesis or the sign and everything mess up, and I hate for you guys to get a deduction for, not double checking your work. So math frac, enter 5 over 12. So this will be K 5 over 12 there. Okay. Next, here 4 divided by 4 is canceled because that's going to be equal to 1. You subtract 2 minus 7 divided by 4. It's important that you need to put parentheses there. Enter math frac is going to be 1/4. Continue. Here, number 9. Simply here you're going to multiply the exponent and the power. So 5/3, 5 divided by 3 times 2, math frac 10 over 3. Here you multiply this another way manually. 2 times 4. Remember, there's a 1 under the 2. So 2 times 4, it's 8. 1 times 3 is 3. So 8 over 3. For number 10, 5 times 3, it's going to be 15. 2 times 4 is 8. So that's the answer. You cannot simplify it anymore. Okay? If it happens to say the answer is n is 12 over 10, then you know that it will be 6 over 5. Okay? Because you can still reduce the 12 over 10 to 6 over 5. But if you're using the calculator, it will automatically reduce it for you. Okay? 2 times 1/2. So like this one here. There's a 1 there. 2 times 1, it's 2. 1 times 2 is 2. What's 2 divided by 2? It's 1. So the answer is just B, or B to the 1, or just B. That's even better. Write each expression in exponential form. For number 13, remember guys that there's an imaginary index of 2 here. So therefore, this is 5 raised to, no, I'm wrong. Sorry. N raised to 5 halves. Okay. For number 15, the index is 3, the power is 5. So 5m 5/3. But do not forget to write the parentheses because you have a coefficient and a variable there. 14, there's an imaginary 2 here, imaginary 1 there. So that will be 10x 1/2. And again, don't forget the parentheses. Here, n to the 7/6. For 17 here, write this one in a radical form. Again, you know, I heard a lot of kids that they said that the bottom one, the denominator, goes to the left and the numerator goes to the right, which is logically right, but it has to be said that this is the index and this is the power. The index is the root, so squared. That's where you get the 2, the 3, put it outside. You can put it outside or inside. If you put it inside, you must have the parentheses, 3b. Or if you want to put it inside, just show it to you, 3b to the 3rd power. Okay, whichever works for you. 4 is the index there, so it's going to be 4th root, and then put the 5 there, b. For 18, that's square there, that's 2 there, so the square root of x to the 5th power. And here is going to be cube, because 3 there, the 2 goes outside, and then 4x. Again, or cube root of, that's 3 there, 4x, parenthesis to squared. Okay, simplify this one. Okay, we might need the paper here, working space. For number 21, we're going to have 6 root of 320 R8. So here we have to break down the 320. The easy portion is 32 and 10. 16 and 2, 4 and 4, 2, 2, 2, 2. Is it there? You see it? There you go. And then the 10 can still break it 2 and 5. If you notice, I will have here 6 root of how many 2's? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many should be in a group? 6. Because the index is 6. One group of 2, so it's going to outside, this will be gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That will be gone. 6 root of how many is left inside? There are 2 r, so r squared. This is good, okay? Some teachers would like to see it 2r, r to the, they like to simplify this, wherein the meaning of this one is r2 over 6, which is r to the 1/3. So this could be cube root of r. But for us, this is good. If you understand this one, I'll give the credit for you here. But those people who are inclined in math, this is a more simplified answer. 23. That's number 21, okay? Cube root of 162 k squared. I can break down the 162. The easiest one is divisible by 2. It's 2 and 81. And 81 is 9 and 9. This is 3 and 3. This is 3 and 3. And there are 2 k's there. So therefore, cube root of 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, k, k. How many should be in a group? 3, because the index is 3 there. So this is a group of 3. That will be gone. That will stay outside. There's no way you can make a 2. There's no way you can make 3 k's there. So, and you have a 3 here also. So that leaves us 2 times 3 is 6. There are 2 k's, so k squared is the answer. Number 22. 4th root of 162 x to the 5th power. We know that 162 is same thing as the previous item, number 23. So I can shortcut it, make it 2, 3, 3, 3, 3 from the previous problem. And I have 5 x's. And I'd like to group them into 4 because the index is 4. So one group. So this will be gone. One more group of x there. Fourth root of what's left there, 2 and an x. That's the answer. Easy, right? 24. Cube root of negative 625 b squared. If you remember what I taught you about the negative, just take it outside. So make it negative cube root of 625 b squared and continue your business about it. Okay, so 625 divided by 5, that's 5 and 125, and 125 divided by 5, that gives you 25, and another 2 more 5s there. So this becomes negative cube root of 5555 with v and v. And index is 3, so there should be 3 there. So negative 5 now. There's no way you can make another group for 5 and for the v's there. So end up 3 cube root of 5b squared. Kaboom. Easy, right? Next, number 25. Number 25, 3 is equal to b plus 1 plus 1 there. You need to subtract 1 first here. You need to subtract 1 there. This will give you a 2 square root of b plus 1. And then how do we get to the square root? Okay, the index there is 2, so we have to square it here, square it there. This will cancel. This will be 4 equals b plus 1. Minus 1 minus 1 is going to be b is equal to 3. Number 26. This is simpler because both of them have square root on each side of the equation. So I can just square this, square this. If I square that one, this cancel out. So what's left is 3b minus 14 is equal to b. Then you can just solve for the algebra, for the b there, for the variable. I'm going to subtract 3b here, subtract 3b there. This cross out, negative 14 is equal to negative 2b. Divide each side by negative 2. b is equal to 7. 27 here. Same thing, square root of 8 minus 2b equals square root of 6b. Squared, squared, cancel, 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 cancel. Sorry. 8 minus 2b is equal to 6b plus 2b plus 2b. 8 is equal to 8b. Divide by 8. b is equal to 1. I'm going to skip some items here. Number 30. I'm going to go to 30. 5 is equal to square root of x over 7. The way you do this one, you squared it, cancel it out. That gives you 25 is equal to x over 7. And then you multiply everything by 7 to cancel the 7 here and leave the x there by itself. And 25 times 7 is 175. On this study guide, the only thing that we might have overlooked that should be included are solving for radical, wherein something like, let me put 31 there, square root of x minus 3 is equal to 0. You have to solve for the x by adding 3 on each side. Square root of x is equal to 3. You have to square it. This cancel out. This becomes x equal to 9. Another example there, 32, is that x minus 2 with the 1/3 is equal to, let's say, 3 here. What I do here is that we have to multiply this by third power, and this is by third power. So the 1/3 and 3 will be omitted because that will just be equal to 1. So what's left is x minus 2 is equal to, what's 3 to the third power? It's going to give you 27. Plus 2 there, plus 2 there. The answer is x equal to 29. Another thing that I'd like to add that might be on the test, you have to know, 33, is that the cube root of, let's say, x plus 2 minus 4 is equal to, say, 1 there. Okay. What you need to do there, don't cube it first. You have to add 4 here. You have to add 4 there. That makes it cube root of x plus 2 is equal to 5. And then you have to get rid of the cube root here by raising the third power. This cancel out. This will be x plus 2 is equal to 125 because 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. Subtracted by 2, the answer is x equal to 123. Another possible that you might see that you need to know is that, let's say, x minus 4 to the 1/2 minus 5 is equal to, let's say, negative 3. Okay, here you're gonna add 5 here first, you're gonna add 5 there. So x minus 4 to the 1/2 is equal to 2. And then the 1/2 there, you have to multiply it by 2. Because 1/2 times 2 is 1. Because if you have 2 50 cents, that becomes $1, right? So you have to square it also here. So this will be gone. What's left is x minus 4 is equal to 4. Add 4 on each side. That will give you x equal to 8. Couple more, 35 here. If you happen to have, let's say, x minus 4 and then minus 2 is equal to 1, or make it plus here. Okay, this is the, you need to pay attention here. Minus 2 and both sides will give you x minus 4 is equal to negative 1. And then what do? We square this one, we square this. Cancel, cancel. X minus 4 is equal to positive 1. Plus 4 there, plus 4. X equal to 5. Okay. Now, I would like you to read the instruction carefully. It says there that remember to check for the extraneous solution. Meaning to say you have to check if there are items that you have an answer, but it won't work when you double check it, when you plug it back, when you do the checking. Okay. So this kind of example. So we work everything right by subtracting 2. 1 minus 2 is negative 1. If we square the negative 1, that becomes positive 1. And then we cancel this, we add 4, 1 plus 4 is 5, and that's our answer. By checking if we have extraneous solution, we have to plug in the 5 back to the problem there, x. So it will give us 5 minus 4 plus 2, would that be equal to 1? That's a question mark there. 5 minus 4 is equal to 1, plus 2 is equal to 1. Square root of 1. Square root of 1 is 1, plus 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. Are they equal? Since they're not equal, this is an extraneous value or extraneous solution. Okay, I need you to write that down in case it doesn't work. Okay, so in order for you to check, you have to check each item and double check if there will be extraneous solution. Here's the key. The technique there is that if you end up here with the even root, there's an even root here because it's squared, and this negative value, always double check that one. That's my personal hint there, okay? And I like you to check that one, okay? I hope you learned something here. Kaboom!